Hi, I'm Leah of CJ Drill, and today we're going to install a screen in a patio screen door. Let's get right to it. So, we've got a lot of rips and tears, and now's a good time because it's summertime. I want to get a new screen in. So, what you normally have to do with a screen door is just lift up and then pull out. There we go, that's it. Okay, you only need really 3 tools. You need a utility knife with have a sharp blade. You need a screwdriver with a flat bit. And you need a spline roller. Now come on in close because there's something really important about this spline roller that I want you to see. There are 2 wheels on a spline roller. There's one that is concave, and then if you look at the other end of the spline roller, on this wheel, it's convexed. And there's a reason for that, and we're going to discuss it when we start actually rolling the spline into the screen. You want to be able to lay the screen on something large enough. In this case, I'm using a floor. So the next thing you want to do is you want to secure the screen to the surface that you're working on. So we're going to tape it down. If I was working on a table with a smaller screen, I would prefer to use clamps. So once you have the screens secured to the surface that you're working on, now comes the time to remove this. And what this is that's the spline. And it's like a rubber gasket, and it's embedded in a track. And so the best way to get it out is to use a screwdriver, tuck it underneath, just get it going, and then we're going to pull it. There we go. Now what we're going to do is just pull it around the entire screen frame. We're almost at the end. Now it's time to remove the screen, and it really should just lift off. So that's it. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is you want to lay the screen out over the frame, and you want to cut away the excess, but just make certain that the new screen is larger than the frame. Now I always use the outside of the frame as a guide, because I know if I'm outside the frame, it's going to be plenty big enough. Now this is where you use your spline roller. Remember I was talking about a concave, convex wheel? Well, right now we're going to use the convex wheel. Now what you want to do is you want to insert the spline roller into the channel of the frame, and what you're doing is you're just making a way. You're making a way for the spline that you install. Now we're going to start installing the spline, and you want to start in a corner and start forcing it in with your finger. Now we've got it in there. Now we want to take the concave side, and we're going to use the concave side of the spline roller to bury the spline in the channel, like so. You want to really push down on it. Don't be afraid to use some force. There we go. So we're really laying it down there in that channel. Now we're coming around to the corner, and this is where you want to use a screwdriver and just take your time. And the reason why I say take your time is you don't want to punch a hole in the new screen. Now we've come to the end, and now we've got it's a little long there, so we're going to cut this off with a utility knife. But you know what? This is where you want to be careful, because you don't want to puncture your new screen. There we go. Okay, now we're finished burying the spline in the channel. Now it's time to cut the excess screen material. So take your utility knife and set it right on the edge of the frame and just above the spline. And you want to slowly start to cut. Just take your time. And you're going to want to go around the perimeter. Okay, so we're finished. All we have to do now is install the door. You know, it's always a good idea to clean the track out thoroughly before you put the new screen in, and that's what I'm doing now. Now it's time to reinstall the screen door. So I'm going to insert it, and I'm basically going to put it in just like I took it out. Okay, so now we have a brand new screen, and with a little time and a little effort, you can do this. See you next time.